We're getting closer to the first guided psychedelic therapy sessions inside licensed healing centers in Colorado.
Colorado voters legalized therapy using psychedelic mushrooms in 2022. The program is regulated by the state, and those receiving psilocybin therapy must be supervised by trained and licensed facilitators. At last check, the state says 130 people have received their facilitator licenses and will eventually be able to work at a healing center.
Denver 7's Amy Wattis shows how the training process to become a facilitator works.
In 2019, I actually had a skiing accident.
What happened to Jake McWink a week later is something that changed the course of his life forever. At the age of 29, while in Hong Kong, McWink had a stroke.
It ended up kicking off my whole right side, as well as impacting my speech. And it took a while to get back to the United States, and by the time we were able to get back here, there wasn't necessarily a whole lot the doctors were able to do.
While McWink underwent speech, occupational, and physical therapy, he says it wasn't enough, so he turned to psychedelics or magic mushrooms.
Each time I did something new after the stroke or something I had always done, it felt like I had to relearn it from the very beginning. And so psychedelics seemed to help improve that process.
Fast forward to 2025, McWink recently finished training to become a licensed psilocybin facilitator, which will allow him to work with a client at a healing center, inspired to give back to others after his own personal journey.
They did an absolutely exceptional job at blending kind of ceremonial wisdom with Western knowledge in a very hands-on, practical approach.
According to Colorado's Department of Regulatory Agencies, there are two kinds of licenses: a facilitator license that allows someone like McWink, who doesn't have a clinical license, to provide psychedelic care, or a clinical facilitator license that allows someone separately licensed to practice medicine or psychotherapy to work with natural medicines like psilocybin. Both require 150 hours of classroom-style training and a total of 80 hours of observation and hands-on training before being certified.
So I'm trying to become a clinical licensed facilitator, and a prerequisite for that is already having a professional clinical degree through the state of Colorado.
Dr. Brandon Sklar is a psychiatrist at Rose NeuroSpa in Lone Tree, which he says will eventually be called Rose Healing Center once the facility gets its license. He's hoping his healing center will be up and running by summer and will utilize 2 rooms in the facility to give patients mushrooms.
My biggest concern is for patient safety. These products are not FDA regulated.
People like Luke Niferatos with the Foundation for Drug Policy Solutions don't trust this process.
They're going through only 150 hours of training in order to get their license to facilitate psilocybin use here, versus a clinical professional here that we would come to expect, like a doctor, that may spend thousands of hours and 8+ years in school and residency.
Others, like Tasha Poinsett, are advocates for safe access to mushrooms.
It's naturally occurring in mushrooms, it's non-toxic, and it's generally seen to be non-addictive as well, so safe for most people. But that being said, there are certain people that should definitely take precaution and speak to a doctor before using psilocybin.
Jake McWink believes psilocybin's changed his life, and he can't wait to give back.
But I would not be where I am today without them. I'm thankful to report back that I'm back skiing, and I'm taking my life in a more meaningful direction than ever.
In Denver, Amy Wattis, Denver 7.
The Healing Advocacy Fund anticipates healing centers could open to the public as early as this month.
Looking closer, the state issued the first license to a healing center in downtown Denver in April. The center, Origin, on Blake Street, will soon be taking clients on guided journeys. State data shows 4 other micro centers are also now licensed. However, they can't open just yet because no testing facilities have been licensed. State data shows only 1 testing facility has applied for the license so far. There's also only 1 licensed mushroom manufacturer in the entire state.